online chatter and not hypothesis from boards. This second has humans, glued to their screens and asking critical questions on what comes next. Stay with me until the very cease, because this story continues, unfolding in each part of it topics. In case you observe, Iraqi dinar information or worldwide foreign money shifts nowadays marks a major turning point in the currency international as a state TV moment sent shockwaves through economic circles. During a televised dialogue, the USA Treasury brazenly mentioned a revaluation matter involving the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnamese dong. That unmarried assertion right away modified the tone of conversations international. For years, people have debated, argued, and waited for some type of authentic reputation. What made this second effective was no longer just what turned into said, however, where it became stated. State TV eliminates the concept of modifying, filtering, or taking walk statements back quietly later. Viewers understood proper a way that this turned into no longer casual communicate. It felt planned and measured. In easy terms, the Treasury mentioned that modifications in forex value are underway. That by myself carries big weight. When officers talk publicly, markets pay attention, traders pause, banks review positions, and investors start recalculating. This changed into one of those moments in which time seemed to sluggish down for human beings who have observed the Iraqi dinar story. For many years, the temper shifted from waiting to watching intently. To apprehend why this second topic's a lot, we want to sluggish things down and explain it actually. A revaluation way a central authority officially adjustments the value of its foreign money as compared to others. It isn't always a everyday marketplace swing and no longer a small adjustment. It is a selection tied to monetary self-assurance, balance, and lengthy time period making plans. When the Treasury speaks about revaluation on live television, it sends a message that the procedure is real and lively. For Iraqi dinar fans, this hits in a different way, due to the lengthy records of expectations, delays, and mixed indicators. Many human beings have grown cautious over the years. This is why this second feels specific. It became calm, controlled, and public. No hype language changed into used. The announcement turned into supplied, as part of a broader monetary dialogue which gave it even more credibility. Human beings looking did now not hear exhilaration. They heard reality. That tone subjects. In economic news, calm affirmation regularly matter extra than dramatic promises. This is why markets reacted quietly but severely proper after. The Iraqi dinar has been on the center of hypothesis for years, and nowadays as improvement adds a brand new chapter. Iraq's economy has long gone through rebuilding, restructuring, and reform efforts for a long time. Currency value is carefully tied to those efforts. Revaluation discussion suggests self-belief and economic path no longer overnight wealth. That is vital to say simply. A stronger dinar displays adjustments in reserves, trade balance, and inner monetary systems. Whilst the Treasury stated this system, it advised coordination and cognizance at excessive degrees. That doesn't imply instant results. However, it does imply the manner is diagnosed and monitored. For people protecting dinar, the message today become no longer rush but pay interest. Financial shifts of this scale generally pass in steps, not jumps. The important thing alternate nowadays was clarity. For the first time in a long term, viewers heard public reputation as opposed to silence. That alone modifications how humans examine danger, timing, and guidance shifting forward. The Vietnamese dong being stated along the Iraqi dinar surprised many viewers. Regularly, the focus remains on one foreign money at a time, which include both within the same dialogue, cautioned a broader pattern as opposed to a single isolated event. Vietnam's economic system has shown consistent increasing change and expanded international integration. A revaluation dialogue tied to the dong indicator self-assurance in that progress. While distinctive currencies from distinctive regions are recounted collectively, it tells analysts to have a look at international shifts, not local rumors. This additionally enables given explanation for why the reaction was measured. No longer explosive. Markets do no longer panic when they feel making plans. They panic after they experience chaos. What passed off today felt organized. The Treasury's acknowledgement placed those currencies within a global financial communique, not a speculative one. That framing topics, it adjustments how banks, establishments, and regular observers interpret what comes subsequent. In preference to guessing, people are now watching reputable alerts extra intently. Many viewers at once asked an easy query. What does this suggest for regular humans? The honest solution is that it manner recognition and endurance be counted extra than ever. A revaluation technique does now not turn a switch overnight. It movements through structures, banks, and regulations. Today, a second did now not announce new costs. It showed path. That difference is essential. Path tells establishments to put together. Banks evaluation processes. Financial structures update structures. Analysts adjust forecasts for holders of DINA or DONG. The message isn't always to rush into selections. However, to stay informed and calm. Records indicates that emotional reactions often lead to terrible picks. That is a time to look at. Now, not panic. While official acknowledgement happens, the timeline will become clearer although dates are not given. That clarity reduces uncertainty, and decreased uncertainty is strong in finance. It permits planning and preference to guessing. Any other key part of today as development is how it impacts banks. Once a revaluation method is publicly recounted, economic institutions start getting ready backstage. They look at compliance guidelines, exchange mechanisms, and internal systems. This doesn't imply exchanges manifest right away. However, it does mean readiness increases. Banks opt for not to be surprised. Public acknowledgement offers them time to prepare. That training protects both the organization and the patron. This is why today's live television second matters a lot. It opens doors quietly, no longer loudly. It lets in structures to align. Whilst the time comes for motion, the system is smoother. That reduces confusion and reduces chance. For humans watching Iraqi diner information, this is one of the strongest signs to date that the conversation has moved from hypothesis to shape. Shape is where real monetary alternate begins. The psychological effect of these days' announcement must no longer be overlooked. For years, many fans felt frustration, doubt, and fatigue, listening to professional acknowledgement on live television modifications. Emotions right away. It replaces infinite ready with centered attention. That emotional shift can impact conduct. A few humans feel alleviation. Others experience cautious optimism. Both reactions are comprehensible. What subjects is balance? Emotional reactions must now not override common sense. Today's news is a milestone, now not a finish line. It confirms that discussions are actual and ongoing. It does not guarantee consequences or timelines. Staying grounded is critical. Economic records is complete of examples in which patience rewarded people who stayed calm. The strongest gain proper now statistics. Watching legitimate updates, information terminology, and fending off. Rumors will be counted extra than ever in the coming weeks and months. Worldwide markets additionally paid attention to what took place nowadays. Even small statements from primary monetary government can purpose modifications. Those adjustments may not display up at once on monitors. However, they appear quietly in positioning and method. Buyers, hedge finance